This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're talking about why your femininity is the cause of your depression. I know, statistically speaking, that a lot of you guys who are watching my channel are depressed. The reason why I know this is because you are watching this channel about personal development because your life is not working. We go towards personal development very often because our lives don't work. And we're wondering, why is it not working? And we begin to take more and more extreme measures in order for us to progress, like semen retention. It's quite radical. And you only sought it out because you needed desperate measures to get out of your feminine issues, to get out of your depression, and to actually regain yourself again, from having been addicted to porn and masturbation, from having been addicted to maybe even stimulants, alcohol, drugs, whatever it is. You've had a lot of issues. And I want to help you to understand what femininity has to do with all of that crap. Remember, masculinity is where we're going towards, which means that if we're not masculine yet, we're feminine. And we're moving towards slowly but surely becoming more and more and more masculine every single day. The word depression is very close to the word fear. And the word fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Meaning, the depression that you've got is basically based upon false evidences appearing real. You're depressed because you believe something about something. A big one is that you believe that it's going to remain in the same state, or you're going to have the same problems forever. You don't see a way out. You don't see a solution. You don't see that you could get out of this. You hope that you can. And you have a sliver of belief after watching this channel for a little bit, but it needs to grow. It needs to become bigger, that belief. And that's what I'm going to infuse in you through my videos. Any depression that you've ever had comes from a lack of understanding, a lack of knowledge, a lack of wisdom on any specific subject. If you knew and understood how to solve the problems that you were in, they wouldn't really be problems anymore. And if you actually were able to solve those problems, that would give you confidence. Confidence equals power. Confidence is the same as power. Confidence is leadership. Confidence is masculinity. So if you knew how to solve your problems would disappear. You face your fear and your fears will disappear. You face your problems, and your problems will eventually disappear once you understand what it takes for you to solve that problem. The people that have the solutions to your problems, I can promise you one thing. They're masculine, they're leaders, and they've got power. If they don't have more than you in terms of power, masculinity, and leadership, then what's the point of following them? You've got to follow those guys. And I can promise you that they will have more rationality than you. A core aspect of wisdom is being rational about things. The two things I've spoken about, depression and fear, there's nothing rational about them. They're emotions. They're states of mind that doesn't get you anywhere. It's not rational. What's rational is having a problem and finding a solution to that problem, and then taking your next problem and finding a solution to that problem. Rationality knows that there's a solution to every problem. Every problem has a solution. And if you believe that there's no solution to this problem, that is because you are emotional about it. You're not being objective about it, you're being in the now. And that is how you explain femininity. It's emotional. It's all about the emotions. It happens to you. Because think about it. That's how emotions work. Emotions come from within. But actually, they come from your brain. Your brain is what stimulates the emotion that's going on inside your body. And your brain is stimulating that based on your perception of the events that are happening in your daily life. You should rewind this and listen to this one more time. This is insane information. Your emotions that are happening to you are not happening to you. They're from your brain telling your body to do certain things and to create certain emotions. And your brain is doing this as a result of your perception or your belief about something that is happening in your life, and whether it's bad or good. And most of the time, because of your negative self-talk, your perception of what is going on is bad. And so your brain will take that information, oh, this is bad, so I need to produce emotions in my body right now that tells me that this is bad. And that's how the brain works. Once you begin to solve the perception and see that everything that happens in your life is absolutely flippin' fantastic, things begin to change. But you need to be in the presence of someone else who has that mindset, because you converting yourself to yourself when your thinking is messed up is not going to help anything. You've got to be converted to someone else's truth. They've got what you want, so you need to be able to get from them what they have, and it's free. People with positive attitudes don't mind giving you their positive attitude as long as you're not negative around them, because they want to be around people who have a positive attitude. If you have a coach and you're paying someone to basically spew all your negative attitude on, that's fine, because he manages to keep his attitude up because he knows what he knows. But that's what I'm saying. It's all about understanding where your emotions come from and understanding that femininity is emotional. And that's what we're trying to get out of, first of all. Number one is taking our emotional issues, taking our rational brain and subduing and making those emotions submit to your rationality, so that eventually you can use your emotions in the future to get what it is that you want. The universe is built like that it requires our emotions and our rational thinking in order to produce the life that we desire. But you cannot use your emotions to tap into the universe to give you what you want before you've managed to submit it to you. Once your emotions submit to you, to your brain, to your thinking, you can get anything that you want because of your emotions. When you are feminine and emotional, your now becomes bigger. It becomes the alpha and omega. You become a pleasure seeker. Instead of looking at your past history or the past history of other people's actions and learning from them and then applying it to create a better future, instead you're focused on the now. Completely in the now, basically leaving the future out of it and leaving the past out of it, and you're just filled in your bubble of now, and you believe, your perception again is telling you that this is going to last forever. It's always going to be like this because I'm in the now. I'm a little girl. And when I look at the past, I'm looking at it as if it's going to be like this forever because I can't change. I can't change my emotions because I can't change my thinking. And if that's what your belief is, then guess what? Your past will become your future, but it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better because everyone else is progressing. However, once you change your thinking and manage to become more and more masculine, things become to take exponential effect in your life. Now you're suddenly going to be able to be in the now and be fired up and excited about the future because you've learned from the past. Femininity is depression because of your lack of self-control. Lack of self-control is at the core of this whole matter. That's why you're depressed. If you can't control your emotions, you can't control your thinking, it shows how feminine you are. That's why I say that the first 30 days of semen retention is a measurement of your femininity. You can measure it. See how many days you manage to go without ejaculation, and if you can't manage to get past 2 weeks, that shows you how feminine you are, but it doesn't show you how bad you are. That's not a bad thing. It shows you your potential. If you can achieve the things that you're achieving in your life today by simply ejaculating all the time, bro, imagine how much you could accomplish if you managed to control yourself and to control your thoughts and to control your emotions. You would be a ballistic missile going in the direction of your dreams. And if you have a lack of self-control, guess what? Everything runs away from you. All the things that you want to have in abundance are going to run away from you so that you will have a lack in all of the areas of life. Your neediness is what makes women run away. When you have an abundance of women in your life, guess what? You receive an even more abundance of women in your life. That's a problem. We're going to tackle that another time. If you're needy towards money, that shows that you have a lack of self-control and you need money, you need money, you need money. No. The universe will always provide you with what you need as long as you have an abundance mindset and you take massive action. The only times that you're not taking massive action is because you believe that the actions you're going to take won't work because I've tried them so many times and I'm failing all the time. And because of this neediness and because of that perception and that belief that it's not going to work for you, you're not taking action, you're not learning, you're not developing confidence in those areas of life where you need the confidence in order for you to succeed. And that's why money runs away from you, because you're needy. Same thing with your health. If you don't have self-control and discipline to actually exercise and eat right on a daily basis, your health will suck. See, all of the categories of life, of you having a lack in every single one of them, is because of your femininity. Your lack of self-control is the reason for your depression. The moment you become masculine, that's when your happiness will increase. If you're a 1 in terms of happiness, in terms of femininity, on the sexual market value scale, if you're a 1 and you become a 2 tomorrow, your happiness will have doubled. And simply by taking massive action towards your dreams, suddenly you will become more attractive. Suddenly you will begin to have abundance. Even if you're failing, the fact that you're taking massive action has doubled your sexual market value. It's not hard to go up in sexual market value if you're a 1 or 2 or 3. Bro, you can quickly double your sexual market value simply by taking massive action in your life and making things happen. Hiring me as a coach will actually be a good help. Your femininity is causing your dependence on stimulants. Your femininity is causing you to get irritated and angry and take offense when people offend you. Your femininity is causing you to be violent towards other people because you cannot control yourself. And if you're not violent towards other people, you're violent to yourself in your head and in your self-talk. All of those things have to do with femininity. Once you break out of that, masculinity, here we come. Remember that it is always masculinity that attracts abundance in every category of life into your life. Masculinity will attract women into your life. The only way you're going to lose those women eventually is because you become feminine, comfortable, not taking 10x action anymore in the direction of your dreams. And you become totally one-itis, focused and needy towards her. That's your femininity that caused it. The more masculine you would have been, your woman would still be there. But women leave when you're feminine. Same thing with money. There's a lot of guys that are masculine and taking 10x action and get the money. And then once they get the money, they stop doing the thing that got the money in the first place, and the money disappears and runs away. If they had just kept their masculinity and kept the discipline and kept the 10x action and kept going in the direction of even bigger dreams, they would have kept the money forever. You see how masculinity gives you abundance in everything, but also allows you to keep that abundance and grow that abundance to even bigger measures. Do you understand how valuable this information is in terms of you binge watching my videos and then giving this information to your future children? Do you understand how critical it is to share this with mankind, and especially men? Because once one guy understands this and applies it to his life, thousands, tens of thousands around him will look to him as the light, as the example to follow, and they will begin to do the same thing. They will begin to adopt the same mindset, and suddenly we're evolving and progressing towards an even more beautiful world and a better life. The problem in today's world is simply that men are becoming emasculated and men are becoming feminine. Understand the definition of masculinity. It's not necessarily what the world is teaching you. Masculinity is to have control over one's emotions and control over one's thoughts. Simple as that. And when you are masculine, trust me, depression will be long gone. This is the Men of High Value channel. Make sure you comment and like the video as always, and I'll see you again in the next one.